Hello, my friends. Yeah, lighting's not very good, is it? Oh boy. All right, give me a second. Let's stand up and turn on the lamp. There, is that better? Yeah, kind of, sort of, maybe. Okay, I am back, and I figure it's time to tell you a little bit about me. Yes, I'm still working on the hammock, the teepee hammock. All right. My name is Mary Ann. I am a junior. It was determined when when I was born, if I was a boy, I was going to be Gary Jr., and if I was a girl, I was going to be Mary Jr. So basically, I'm named after my mother. Um, yes, one of my favorite cups. Casa de Wench, made by my bestie. And let me see a little bit about me without boring you to tears. All right, I was born in Keene, New Hampshire. I was raised in Barre, Vermont. Spent many years living in different states. There's still a lot of states I haven't been to in the U.S. But yeah, I've lived in Texas, I've lived in New Mexico, I've lived in Chicago, Dubuque, Iowa, uh, Renton, Washington. Let me see, where else? Uh, my last few years, last 20 years, I'd say. I lived in Florida, met my third husband, I have titled Mr. U for Mr. Unfaithful. That's another story, and you don't care to hear about it. I promise you. Um, now I'm not partial to Florida at all. I will visit it because my mother and half sister, stepsister, live in Florida. So I will visit the state, but I won't live in it again. Not as far as I'm concerned. Um, in 2007, with my divorce from Mr. U, I moved to East Tennessee, just outside of Knoxville, a little town called Lenoir City. I loved it there. It was a nice little town. The neighborhood was a nice little neighborhood. Not a bunch of screaming meanies or stuff like that going on. Um, everything I needed was convenient. I mean, doctor's office, hospital, Walmart. Everything was kind of within a mile and a half. So I really liked it there. Last spring, my bestie and I started discussing my possible move to Mississippi. We hemmed, we hawed, we backed, we forthed. Um, all summer, basically. Most of the summer. Well, no, no. I think about May was when I finally made the decision and started packing. Now, I lived in a 3-bedroom mobile home on a good piece of property. Um, so I put the property up for sale. My mom had bought it for me when I first moved to Tennessee, or when I was moving to Tennessee. And she signed it over to me, and I checked with her. She had no problem with me selling it to prepare for this move. Um, so I did all my packing myself and got rid of a lot of junk. A few things I didn't get rid of. I do have a storage shed here that's loaded, but had an interested buyer who agreed to my price. And in October, very beginning of October, yeah, very beginning of October, I think it was. Um, the sale went through on the mobile home. My best friend and her husband came up. Her husband drove the 26-foot U-Haul truck after we loaded it. The day of the closing, we got the truck loaded. I attended the closing. After everything was loaded, he started back with the truck, and she had stuff in her car and my dog. So, yeah, they drove back. I had the closing later that afternoon, and then I drove from East Tennessee to northeastern Mississippi. I stayed in the house with them and began the shopping process for a camper and made the purchase of a storage shed so eventually I could get my stuff out of a paid storage unit. Um, I had a pad put in to put the camper on once I found one. Power put in, water and septic put in, or sewer put in. Um, Found the camper I wanted. It's a 40-foot fifth wheel. It's got a bedroom up there, and you've seen the kitchen. If you've watched the previous video, you've seen the kitchen. I gave you the tour of the living area, basically. Um, I've been here since the end of last year now. I've been in the camper for a few months now, and I love it. I mean, yeah, there's the disadvantage of usable storage space, but you learn to deal with it. Um, I, okay, little back history. Yes, I'm gonna jump around. Sorry about that. I've been married 3 times, divorced 3 times. Uh, had my 2 kids with my first husband, and trust me, now I'm 62 years old, and my age does not bother me. When it hit me, and when I had the problem with my age, I guess, not my age, was when my kids hit their 40s. That made me feel old. I've got a boy and a girl, and I have 3 grandsons, all under 10, or 8 and down. 8, 7, and 6, I think, or around there. Um, 2 live in South Carolina, 1 lives in East Tennessee. Um, I'm single. I'm enjoying single life. I have no intention of jumping into a relationship. I don't need one. I'm fine by myself. I have been since 2007. And got my home and my crafting and works for me. So I'm pretty content. So, all right, I will end this bore fest and get it uploaded. Hope to see more subscribers and more people joining the channel. Hugs and smooches from the Wench. Bye.